I want to just spend a couple of minutes telling you a little bit about Tom Dolce. And this is for the benefit of members as well as the family. Uh, as you know, Tom died on the 3rd of February. He was 88 years old. He was a 13-year member of the Summit Old Guard, and he was our director from 2017 to 2018. That makes him the first 2-year director since the 1950s. Um, Tom was also contributing to the Old Guard in many, many ways. Over 100 committee activity interest assignments, such as golf, public relations, and the Trips and Theater Committee. He also chaired the most recent Ladies' Days luncheon in 2020, and I specifically remember that as being a wonderful event and also a chance for Tom to throw out a few groaners. Tom was a regular at the Delicious Heights Tuesday morning or Tuesday luncheons until they were suspended because of the COVID-19. A lot of us enjoyed lunching with him and had a good time. As Ivan mentioned, Tom was probably best known for his groaners, which he injected from the podium as a director or anytime there was an audience to hear him. And we heard a few from Ivan just now, and they were wonderful, despite the fact that we all groaned. Most importantly, Tom was a smiling face, a warm heart, and whenever we gathered and socialized, he brought cheer to the room. Beyond the Old Guard, Tom was a very active member of St. Vincent de Paul Roman Catholic Church in Sterling. He was on the building committee for the current church, which is lovely, and he logged also over 3,000 hours of service to Overlook Hospital. So the Old Guard was not his only uh, social life and volunteering. Um, when I was preparing to become the director this year, I relied on Tom for guidance and inspiration. We talked a lot about what it takes to be a director. And of course, I watched him in action back a couple of years ago. And as a member of that Tuesday lunch group, I enjoyed many informal conversations with Tom. And I appreciated everything he did and simply his cheerful presence in a room. As a friend, I enjoyed every conversation. Tom and I shared chemistry as a profession and occasionally talked geek talk. And just to put that in perspective, Tom did have a PhD in chemistry from the University of Buffalo, and his career with Celanese as a chemist spanned over 25 years. Um, I attended the funeral service a couple of days ago with by Zoom, and the priest noted that whatever Tom did, he did it because it was good and it was the right thing to do. And all I can say is amen to that. Tom leaves behind his wife, Annette, and 2 sons who are on the call, and 5 grandchildren, many of whom are on this call right now. And just as a final note, I think we're all richer for having known Tom. So that's, I think, a good way to end for me. Does anyone in the family want to say a few words to the group?
You could unmute yourself if you do.
Okay. Well, then, at that case, I'm going to turn this over to Steve Varley. Oh, wait, before I do that, one other thing. We will collect some remembrances of Tom. So if you have anything you want to write and share with the Old Guard, send it to me and we'll get it into a remembrance document by and by. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Steve Varley.
Moment of silence.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, while we're watching the slides here, let's just have a moment of silence for Tom. Okay, Now, Steve, and also we had a snafu with unmuting. Greg or Annette Dolce, are you now unmuted and you want to say something?
They can unmute.
Hey, thanks. Yeah, just really, we wanted to thank you all for having us here and allowing us to be in the meeting for a few minutes, and also for paying tribute to Dad. And just wanted to pass on to you that he loved the old guard. He talked about it endlessly. He had it was a time of his life to take part in this group, and he made some really great friends. I know he worked really closely with Kai and with Jerry and with John, among a number of others. And he really valued the time he spent with you. So I really appreciate you guys putting this together for him. It means a lot.
Thank you so much, everybody. And especially for Kai and Jerry and for John. There were so many different activities, wonderful programs that they put together, and he thoroughly enjoyed it. Thank you for that.
Well, thank you, Greg. Thank you, Annette. We all wish you the best and our condolences around the entire group of us. And so, again, thank you so much for stopping in.